Now Mobile on its way, race 4. Jeremy Jet Setter Misperception coming up with Better to Be Lucky. Montana Madge, Wrinkle Nut, and Cassatus. So heading towards the start. Yep. So they're set, ready to go. And off. Better Be Lucky's began fast out wide, trying to head them off, but they got him 5 wide early. Jeremy Jet Setter showing speed, Misperception, and also Montana Madge, who's driving through to lead from Better to Be Lucky. Running third, Jeremy Jet Setter, Misperception. Behind him, Cassatus, and last on settling down is Wrinkle Nut. Up the straight they come the first time. And the leader's Montana Madge. She led by a metre to Better to Be Lucky. Behind the leader on the inside, Jeremy Jet Setter. 1 out, 1 back is Misperception. 3 back against the pegs would have been Cassatus, and last up on the outside is Wrinkle Nut. Up on the western corner. And the leader, Montana Madge, it's been a while since she's been in front. She tracks to the back 1,600 out, and she led by 2 metres. Up on her outside is Better to Be Lucky. Behind them, Jeremy Jet Setter, 1 out, 1 back, Misperception. 3 back against the inside, Cassatus, and last up on the outside at the 1,400 metre mark then would have been Wrinkle Nut. On the northern corner, leader doing her right for the moment, and that's Montana Madge. She led by a metre. Up on the outside of hers, Better to Be Lucky. Behind them, Jeremy Jet Setter. 1 out, 1 back, Misperception. Second last, Cassatus, and last up on the outside, Wrinkle Nut. Up the straight they come, 2 laps out. And the leader is Montana Madge. She led by a metre. 2 Better to Be Lucky, running third, Jeremy Jet Setter. 1 out, 1 back behind them is Misperception. On the inside, Cassatus, and last, Wrinkle Nut. 1,100 left to go. And it's Montana Madge by 2.5 metres. Up on her outside at the moment is Better to Be Lucky, Jeremy Jet Setter. 1 out, 1 back then would have been Misperception. Second last against the pegs, 3 back against the marker pegs is Cassatus. And last at the 800 metre marks the old bloke, Wrinkle Nut. On the northern corner, it's in front, Montana Madge almost joined by Better to Be Lucky. Then Jeremy Jet Setter, 1 out, 1 back at the 700 metre mark is Misperception. They come up the straight, and it's working this time, the horn that blows with a lap to run, and then behind them next would have been Wrinkle Nut. And back on the inside of runners end would have been Cassatus. Up on the western corner after the bell. And the leader, Montana Madge. A metre away, it's outside, Better to Be Lucky. Behind them next is Jeremy Jet Setter, starting to struggle, Misperception. And then held up on the rail then would have been behind them Cassatus. Down the back, Montana Madge joined by Better to Be Lucky there by 8 metres then to Jeremy Jet Setter, and the rest are struggling to pick the leaders up. 200 left to go. Montana Madge, she's giving a bit. She's ahead in front. Better to Be Lucky's trying to wear her down, and then Jeremy Jet Setter. At the top of the straight, it's Montana Madge. Just in front of Better to Be Lucky, trying hard the outside. Montana Madge, she kicked away into the straight. She's drawing away. And Montana Madge wins brilliantly tonight. Scored by 10 metres to Better to Be Lucky. Jeremy Jet Setter, Wrinkle Nut. Well back Cassatus, and last to pull up Misperception. The winner will be Montana Madge, driven by Robbie Wayman. Second will go to number 5, Better to Be Lucky, Cassie Robinson. Third, in all probability, will go to Jeremy Jet Setter, just in advance of Wrinkled Nut. Now, the overall time is 2:53.07, 2:53.07. The numbers here are 4, 5, 1, and 3.